Hey guys, Samantha from TOTLbill here. Made a podcast today to talk about the question I get asked all the time. What happens when I switch with you? So what happens when you switch billing services if you already have a billing service? This is also really great information if you're someone that's just starting out in private practice, you work in a group practice and you're going out on your own for the first time. So this podcast is going to talk a little bit about what that looks like. So mainly for providers that already work with a billing service, I often hear a lot of notions that are untrue about what it's like when you finally make the switch. So that's why I made this podcast, to bust through a lot of those myths, because it's the reason people stay in a really bad situation, and it's fear of change. So a lot of people think too that they're going to get payments late to their bank account if they get them at all, or it's going to take weeks to get them loaded into the software and before a claim even gets billed. It's all untrue. I can't speak for other billing companies, but I can speak for myself when I say that we can bill most claims the same day we create your license in the software. Most payers we can bill the same day we create your license in the software. So let's bust through those myths, and let me tell you what it actually looks like when you switch to our billing service. Okay, so there's a bunch of things that happen right in the beginning, and then everything else is kind of through the course of the first month. So typically what happens, the first thing we do is we make a meeting, whether it's Zoom or in person, and we figure out if I'm a good fit for you, if you're a good fit for me, and if we're going to work well together, and if I can provide you the support that you need with my company. So once we figure out that we work good together, we're going to jive and we're going to do great things, then I will send you a statement of work and you'll pay your deposit and you'll sign a bunch of paperwork, meaning the medical billing contract and the BAA, which is the HIPAA form. And then after all that's done, I send you onboarding paperwork. So you're going to answer a bunch of questions for me in one form, which is great. It's going to save you a bunch of time in the end, even though it's a little bit upfront to do the one form. But then all of the questions I need to ask you are answered. So you're going to fill that out. It's going to tell me everything about you and your business. And then after that, the only real work you have is getting me your patient's demographic information. So that can be done a couple ways. So if you already have an EMR system that offers a free biller login, which most of them do, and providers just don't know it. If it offers a free biller login, we can just go in and extrapolate the data totally free of charge, and you don't have to lift a finger. That's my favorite way. We can also export it through Excel if you want to call the company, or if you already know the way to do it within your software, that's another way to do it too. And then once you do that, you can kind of lift your hands because your hard work is done. And then we take care of everything else. So we load all your personal and business information into our system, create the license for you. We load all of the patient demographics in the system. We actually check to make sure all the information you gave us is correct. So it's the patient's name, date of birth, insurance information, address, phone, all of that stuff, that the data jives, and it's going to be okay once we send it to the insurance company for the first time. We check all of that. And then we also get to work on the EDI and ERA enrollments. So that means the ability to send claims, which, as I said, most of them you can send the same day. Everything is automatic. Some insurance companies do require an enrollment, so we take care of all that for you. And then ERA enrollments we take care of too. That's so important, and any good biller you work with should take care of this, because this allows you to get electronic remits right into our software, and that means that you don't need to open your mail feverishly every single day looking for EOBs and checks. Hopefully your checks will be EFT into your bank account, and the EOBs will actually be in the form of an electronic remit into the biller's software, and then you wipe your hands clean of that task every day. So we take care of all of that for you as well. That's all happening behind the scenes while you're seeing your patients and you're putting in your charges for the day. We take care of all that on the back end. And then lastly, if you already worked with someone, we like to get your reports, because it kind of, as I've said in previous podcasts, it lets us see you totally transparent and see what your business looks like, lets us see any of the open outstanding balances, and then we can use that information going forward. So let's say Jane Doe comes in for an appointment and she has a copay of $30, but you already have $60 outstanding. What we can do is we could put that in our system and we could bill the whole $90 to Jane Doe. And that way you get paid right in our system and you don't have to do any legwork on your own to make sure that gets taken care of. So we do all of that for you. All you have to do is give us your reports and we'll take care of it for you. And we send all our statements electronically as well. So text and email for all of your patients. We can send the invoice out as soon as the charge is in the system, or we can wait until the EOB comes back from the insurance company, whichever you prefer. So as long as we have the reports, we can even do that with your previous balances as well. So if you're listening and you're thinking, I don't have the most amazing medical biller on the planet, you need to call me. So that way we can talk about all the things that we can do for you when you work with us. All right, I hope this was helpful and I'll talk to you soon.